Hello and welcome to 1969 baseball. The Cubs are going to face the Cardinals for Game 2 of a short two-game series here in Wrigley Field. Cubs coming in winners of their last two in a row, trying to build on that success as we proceed along to today's ball game. The Cubs are going to send Ferguson Jenkins out to the mound today. He is making start number 4, has an 0-1 record with a 4.35 ERA. And the lineup for the Cubs today will be Kessinger, Phillips, Williams, Santo, Hundley, Beckert, Banks, Hickman, and the pitcher Jenkins batting ninth. For the Cardinals, Steve Carlton is coming out to the mound, making start number 4. He is 3-0 with a 2.81 ERA and a 0.94 whip. Carlton will be supported by a cast of Brock, Flood, Brown, Haig, Torrey, Javier, Shannon, Maxville, and then the pitcher, Carlton, batting ninth. It is 44 degrees and a chilly day in Chicago, and the wind is blowing out to right at 10 mph. So, as the Cubs take the field, let's get this game underway. We see Jenkins on the mound facing former Cub Lou Brock, who's going to lead off for the Cardinals. Cardinals are second place in the NL East with a record of 9-7. The Cubs coming in with a record of 5-11. The Cardinals lead the season series 2-1 at the moment. However, the Cubs trying to even that up here today. Now, Jenkins on the mound delivering the 1-2 pitch, and Brock grounds it to second, gets past Beckert into right field. That's going to be a lead-off single for Lou Brock. And now Curt Flood is the batter. Nobody out, one man on. Here's a one-strike pitch to Curt Flood, and a liner past Banks into right field. Just back-to-back singles to lead off the game. Hickman's throw goes to third. However, it's going to be late as Brock aggressively advances from first to third on that single. So Jenkins in a bit of a jam here in the top of the first inning, facing Byron Brown with runners on the corners and nobody out. Here's a full count pitch, and Jenkins allows a liner into the gap in left center field. That's going all the way to the wall. Brock scores. Flood is coming around as the throw goes to the cutoff man. The throw comes home. Flood slides in. He is safe. And the Cardinals have a 2-0 lead on the Byron Brown RBI double. Haig now the batter with the Cardinals up by 2. Nobody out here in the top of the first inning. Here's an 0-2 pitch from Ferguson Jenkins. And a swing and a little nubber out in front of the plate. Hundley's throw goes down to first, and that is going to be the first out of the inning. Joe Torre now the batter with one out and a runner on third. Here's a 1-2 pitch. And a drive deep left field. I believe this is going to stay in the ballpark. Caught on the warning track by Billy Williams for out number 2. The runner on third will tag up and score. And now this will be a 3-0 Cardinal lead. Javier facing Jenkins here in the top of the first. 2 outs and nobody on. Here's the first pitch. And a grounder towards second. Picked up, thrown over to first, and that will end the inning. So Jenkins has a bit of a rough first inning. Cardinals score 3 times. We're going to the bottom of the first of a 3-0 ball game. And Steve Carlton on the mound for the Cardinals, an imposing foe, already staked to a 3-run lead. Here's a full count pitch to Don Kessinger. And Carlton looking for the sign. Here's the pitch. Kessinger grounds it to third, picked up, thrown over to first, and he's beat out by a step for out number 1. Adolfo Phillips now the batter with 1 out and nobody on. Here's a full count pitch to Adolfo Phillips. And that is inside for ball 4. So Phillips drawing the walk, heads down to first, and it brings up Billy Williams with 1 out, 1 man on. Phillips facing Williams with an 0-2 count, and there is a pop-up short left center field. I believe that's going to be caught as the center fielder Flood comes in to make the play. 2 outs now, and Ron Santo the batter with runner on first, bottom of the first inning. 1 strike pitch to Ron Santo. And a pop-up to center. Flood making a few steps to his left to get under it, and he makes the catch for out number 3. So the Cubs stranding a runner. We're going to the top of the second of a 3-0 ball game. Jenkins facing Mike Shannon here in the top of the second. Here's the first pitch. And a grounder towards short. Kessinger has it, throws over to first. That is out number 1. Maxville now the batter, 1 out, nobody on. Here's a full count pitch to Del Maxville. And strike 3 is called. Jenkins put that pitch right where he wanted it. A sinker low and away, and he got the strike call for number 3. So Carlton now batting with 2 outs, nobody on, and a 1-ball pitch. And a grounder towards second. Beckert has it. Throws over to first. That is going to end the inning. Jenkins retires the Cardinals in order. We're going to the bottom of the second of a 3-0 ball game. Randy Hundley now batting for the Cubs against Steve Carlton. 1-2 count. And Carlton gives the pitch to the slider to Hundley. He flies out to left center field. Curt Flood catches it for the first out of the inning. Beckert now the batter with 1 out, nobody on. Here's a 2-1 pitch to Glenn Beckert. And a grounder towards short. Picked up. Thrown over to first. That is out number 2. Ernie Banks now the batter, facing Carlton with 2 outs, nobody on. Here's a full count pitch to Ernie Banks. And that is outside for ball 4. Banks draws the walk. So good eye by him, bringing up Jim Hickman with 2 outs. 1 man on. Here's a 2-0 pitch to Jim Hickman. And Hickman drives a little looper into right field. That's going to drop in for another base hit. Banks, rounding second, heading for third. He slides, and he is safe. So the Cubs have something going here with 2 outs. And the pitcher, Ferguson Jenkins, is coming up with the runners on the corners. 2 outs here in the bottom of the second inning. Here's a 2-2 pitch to Jenkins, and a swing and a miss for strike 3. That was a slider that just disappeared down, and Jenkins couldn't really handle it. So we're going to the top of the third. Cubs stranding 2. It's a 3-0 ball game. Lou Brock facing Ferguson Jenkins here in the top of the third. 1-1 count. Jenkins with the pitch. Liner into left. On the run is Williams. He plays it on the hop, and Brock has a leadoff single. Flood now the batter with nobody out. Runner on first. Here's a 1-ball pitch, and Brock goes. Hundley does not even attempt the throw. Lou Brock has stolen second base. He has his second steal of the season. Flood now facing Jenkins with runner on second and a 1-1 count. And a liner over Beckert's head into center field. That's going to drive in the run. Brock is rounding third, heading home. The throw comes home, and Lou Brock is safe. A 4-0 Cardinal lead now on the Curt Flood RBI single. And that will bring up Byron Brown. With nobody out, runner on first, Jenkins working with a 1-2 count. And a strike 3 is called. So Jenkins gets the strikeout looking with the slider. That'll bring up Haig with 1 out, 1 man on, 0-2 pitch. And Haig pops it up to right. Hickman coming in. He has a line on it. He makes the catch for out number 2. Joe Torre now the batter with 2 outs, 1 man on. Here's a 2-1 pitch, and Torre grounds it up the middle. Shortstop Kessinger has it, steps on second, and ends the inning. So the Cubs surrender another run. We're going to the bottom of the third of a 4-0 ball game. Don Kessinger now facing Steve Carlton, leading off for the Cubs in the bottom of the third. Here's a 2-2 count and the pitch, and Kessinger swings and misses for strike 3. Carlton has looked pretty sharp here today so far. 1 out, nobody on in the bottom of the third inning, and Adolfo Phillips is the batter. Here's a 3-1 pitch to Phillips, and he takes high for ball 4. So Phillips draws the 1-out walk. Third walk issued today by Carlton. None of them have come back to bite him so far. Billy Williams now the batter with 1 out, runner on first, 1-ball count, and Williams grounds it hard towards short. The throw goes over to first, but Billy Williams beats it out for an infield single. So Maxville was able to lunge and dive, prevent it from getting into the outfield, but Williams, hustling down the line, beats it out. And now Ron Santo is the batter. With 1 out and 2 runners on, Carlton facing Santo with a 1-2 count. And a drive into center field. Is that going to be caught? Yes, it is. Santo hit that one right on the button, but basically directly at Curt Flood out in center. Randy Hundley now the batter with 2 outs and 2 men on. Here's a 1-strike pitch to Randy Hundley, and that one gets away. It's going to roll all the way to the backstop. The runners advance to second and third. And now Hundley the batter with 2 outs and 2 runners in scoring position. Cubs trying to break through against Steve Carlton here. 1-1 count. And a looper, short left field. The shortstop is going to go out and make the play to end the inning. The Cubs stranding 2. We're going to the top of the 4th of a 4-0 ball game. Javier facing Jenkins here in the top of the 4th. Here's an 0-2 count. Jenkins with the pitch. And a swing and a miss for strike 3. So Javier is the 3rd strikeout victim of the day for Ferguson Jenkins. And now Mike Shannon is the batter. 1 out, nobody on. 1-2 count. Shannon grounds it towards short. Kessinger has it, throws over to first. That is out number 2. Jenkins facing Maxville now with 2 outs and nobody on. Here's a 1-ball count and the pitch. And a liner up the middle. That will be a base hit. A 2-out single for Dal Maxville. Puts him on first. And it will bring up the next batter, which is the pitcher, Steve Carlton. With 2 outs, 1 man on. 1-ball count to Steve Carlton. Jenkins with the pitch. Popped up foul territory. Hundley chasing. Banks chasing. Over toward the dugout, and Hundley makes the catch to end the inning. Cardinals stranding a runner. We're going to the bottom of the 4th of a 4-0 ball game. Glenn Beckert facing Steve Carlton here in the bottom of the 4th. 1-ball count. Here's the pitch. And a pop-up to left. Beckert flies out to left as Brock easily brings that one in for out number 1. Banks now the batter with 1 out, nobody on. Here's a 1-ball count to Ernie Banks. And a liner into left. That will be a base hit. Banks getting the 1-out single, and he's stopping at first, bringing up Jim Hickman. 1 out, 1 man on. Hickman facing Carlton with a 1-2 count. And there's a drive left field. I believe that's going to be gone. Hickman drives one into the left field seats to cut the Cardinals' lead in half. It is now a 4-2 ball game in the bottom of the 4th inning. Banks and Hickman both score. Cubs are only down by 2. And now the pitcher Jenkins is the batter with 1 out and nobody on. 1-2 count to Ferguson Jenkins. Here is the pitch. And a grounder toward short. Picked up, thrown over to first. That is going to be out number 2. And now Kessinger is the batter with 2 outs. Nobody on base. Carlton facing Kessinger with a 1-1 count. Here's the pitch. Grounder toward short once again. This time picked up, thrown over to first, but Kessinger is retired to end the inning. So the Cubs score twice on the Hickman home run. We're going to the top of the 5th of a 4-2 ball game. And now Lou Brock is going to be the batter against Ferguson Jenkins, leading off for the Cardinals in the top of the 5th inning. Here is a first pitch from Ferguson Jenkins, and a grounder towards second. Beckert has it, throws to Banks. That is out number 1. Flood now the batter with 1 out, nobody on. Here's a 1-strike pitch to Kurt Flood. And a grounder towards second. Beckert has it. Rinse, repeat, throw over first, and that is 2 outs in the inning. Byron Brown now the batter. 2 outs, nobody on. Full count pitch to Byron Brown. And a swing and a miss for strike 3. So the sinker records the strikeout for Jenkins. We're moving to the bottom of the 5th inning. It is 4-2 in favor of the Cardinals. Adolfo Phillips is going to lead off against the lefty Carlton here in the bottom of the 5th. A 1-1 count. Carlton working. And a looper into left. I believe Brock is going to get there. He makes the catch for out number 1. Billy Williams now the batter with 1 out and nobody on. Williams facing Carlton with a 1-ball count. And there's a looper over the shortstop's head, and that is going to be caught in short left field for out number 2. Ron Santo now batting with 2 outs and nobody on. 1-2 is the count. Santo waiting for the pitch from Carlton. And strike 3 is called. So Santo heads back to the dugout. We're going to the top of the 6th inning of a 4-2 ball game. Jenkins will face Haig here in the top of the 6th inning. Trying to hold the Cardinals right here at 4. Here's an 0-2 pitch from Jenkins and a swing and a miss for strike 3. So Haig strikes out swinging. That is number 5 on the day for Ferguson Jenkins. And it brings up Joe Torre. With a full count and 1 out, Jenkins delivers the pitch. That's a pop-up to center. Adolfo Phillips ranging over to his left and making the catch for out number 2. Julian Javier now is the batter with 2 outs and nobody on. Here's a 1-ball count and the pitch. Javier grounds to short. Kessinger has it, throws to first, and that is going to retire the side. So Jenkins works a perfect 6th. We will go to the bottom of the 6th inning. It is a 4-2 ball game. Cubs sending the catcher Hundley up to lead off here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Carlton facing Hundley with a 1-1 count. And here is the pitch. And a liner past third base into left field. That'll be a leadoff base hit, a single for Randy Hundley as he makes a big wide turn but retreats to first. Glenn Beckert now the batter with nobody out and a runner on first. Beckert waiting for the first pitch. And he lines that one past the third baseman into left field, almost the exact same place that Hundley put it in. Back-to-back singles leading off for the Cubs here in the bottom of the 6th inning. And that will bring up Ernie Banks. With nobody out and 2 men on, Banks facing Carlton with a 1-2 count. And he lines that one right up the middle for another base hit. 3 consecutive base hits for the Cubs. Loads the bases with nobody out in the bottom of the 6th inning. And now, Hickman is the batter. The Cardinals bring the infield in. Hickman facing Carlton, having hit a home run his last time up. He is 2 for 2 on the day. And this is going to rouse activity in the Cub bullpen. We're going to see Archie Reynolds is going to warm up for the Cubs, I believe. Yes, because he is going to face the lower third of the Cardinals lineup in the next inning. If Hickman does not hit into a triple play, there will be a pinch hitter for Ferguson Jenkins. So bottom of the 6th inning, 1-2 is the count. Hickman waiting for the pitch, and he pops it up to right. That's going to be deep. I don't know if it's going to be deep enough. The throw comes home. The runner comes home. The slide, and he is safe. So the Cubs score a run on the Hickman sacrifice fly. And now this is a 4-3 ball game. Glenn Beckert has also advanced over to third. And now Ferguson Jenkins is the batter, but we're going to see a substitution here as the Cubs are going to send the righty Al Montreal up to pinch hit in this situation. Montreal facing Carlton with 1 out, 1 run already in, runners on the corners. Carlton looking for the sign. Here's a full count pitch, and he takes strike 3 called. So Carlton rings him up with a fastball, and that will bring up Don Kessinger. With 2 outs and runners on the corners, Kessinger facing Carlton here in the bottom of the 6th inning. 2-2 count and a grounder towards short. Picked up, thrown over to second, and that ends the inning. So the Cubs score one more time. We're going to the top of the 7th of a 4-3 ball game. And now we're going to see that Archie Reynolds will be brought in to pitch for the Cubs. He is going to face the 7, 8, and 9 batters in the Cardinal lineup here in the bottom of the 6th inning, or the top of the 7th inning. So the day is over for Ferguson Jenkins. Reynolds coming in, having thrown 9 2/3 innings, 1 walk, 7 strikeouts, and a 6.52 ERA. Shannon facing off against Reynolds with a 1-ball count. Reynolds looking for the sign and the pitch. And a liner past the first baseman in right field. That's going to be a leadoff single. So Reynolds surrenders the base hit. Cardinals have a runner on first. Dal Maxville now is the batter with nobody out. 1-2 is the count. And Maxville grounds to short. Kessinger to Beckert to Banks. And a 6-4-3 double play. So good work by Reynolds to induce the ground ball. And the Cubs infield defense with excellent execution. That'll bring up the pitcher Carlton with 2 outs and nobody on. 1-2 is the count. Carlton facing Reynolds. And swing and a miss for strike 3. So Carlton strikes out swinging. We're going to the bottom of the 7th inning. It's time to stretch here in Chicago in a 4-3 ball game. Adolfo Phillips, 0 for 1 today, is going to lead off against Carlton here in the Cubs half of the 7th inning. Phillips waiting for the 1-ball pitch. And a drive into center. I think that's going to be playable. Flood heading over toward right center and making the catch for out number 1. Billy Williams now the batter. 1 out and nobody on. Here's a 1-strike pitch to Billy Williams. And a liner into the opposite field, a base hit for Williams into left. So good work by Williams to take that slider and just go with it and drive it the other way. Bringing up Ron Santo now with 1 out, 1 man on, bottom of the 7th inning. Santo waiting for the 2-1 pitch. And a drive to left field. Ron Santo has just given the Cubs the lead. It is 5-4 here in the bottom of the 7th inning. 383 feet out to the stands in left field. Ron Santo hits the go-ahead home run here in the bottom of the 7th inning. And that will bring in a reliever for the Cardinals, as Joe Hoerner is brought in out of the bullpen. He has thrown 9 innings of 4 walks, 7 strikeout baseball with an ERA of 3. He will face Randy Hundley, who is 1 for 3 on the day, with 1 out, nobody on here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Here is the first pitch to Randy Hundley. Hoerner looking for the sign and the pitch, and a grounder towards short. Picked up and thrown over to first. Hundley is retired easily for out number 2. Glenn Beckert now the batter with 2 outs and nobody on. Hoerner facing Beckert. Here is the first pitch from Joe Hoerner. And a drive to center. Going back is Flood toward the warning track, and I believe he's going to make that catch to end the inning. But the Cubs score twice on the Santo home run. We're going to the top of the 8th of a 5-4 ball game. Reynolds is going to face off with the top of the Cardinal lineup here in the top of the 8th inning. Reynolds working to Brock with a 1-strike count. Here's the pitch. And a liner past second base into right field. That will be a leadoff single for Lou Brock. So Curt Flood now the batter, and this is going to mean that we are probably going to warm up another reliever. Man, can I throw Regan 3 days in a row? I don't know. I'm very tempted. I feel like you got to go with your guy, right? We're going to warm up Abernathy first, if we need him to get out of the 8th inning, and then Regan may pitch in the 9th if that becomes necessary. So Reynolds facing Flood with a runner on first and nobody out. Here's the 0-2 pitch. And a drive into left. Williams going back, and he makes the catch. That's the first out of the inning. Flood hit that one hard, but Williams was able to retreat a couple of steps and make the play. Brown now the batter with 1 out, 1 man on. Reynolds facing Brown here in the top of the 8th inning. Here's a 3-1 pitch and way outside for ball 4. So that is going to put the tying run in scoring position, and it'll bring up Haig. So what are we going to do here? Abernathy is still warming up. If we visit the mound, we find out that he is ready. So I think this is probably where we change pitchers, except we're going to actually do a double switch. Because, well, you know what? We're not going to do a double switch. We're just going to put Abernathy in as the pitcher, and then we'll immediately pinch hit for him in the next inning. Abernathy is going to come in to face Haig here in the top of the 8th inning with 1 out, runners on first and second. Cardinals threatening, Cubs up by 1. Here is the first pitch from Abernathy. Looking for the sign and the pitch. And a grounder towards second. Beckert has it, throws to short, and they retire the runner to end the inning. So, Abernathy gets him out of the inning. No, that's the second out of the inning. I'm sorry. They didn't try to turn the double play there. So Abernathy now is going to have to face Torrey with runners on the corners and 2 out here in the top of the 8th inning. The sidearm Abernathy working with a 1-strike count and the pitch. And a grounder toward third. Santo has it, throws to first, and that will end the inning and preserve the lead. We are going to the bottom of the 8th inning. It is a 5-4 ball game here in Chicago. And now, the closer, Regan, is going to be warmed up in the bullpen. And he is going to be asked to face the 6, 7, and 8 batters in the Cardinal lineup in the top of the 9th inning. So Banks facing Hoerner here in the bottom of the 8th. 1-strike count, Cubs up by 1, Banks waiting for the pitch. and a pop-up to the left side of the infield. Third baseman heads over, Shannon making the catch for out number 1. Hickman now the batter, facing Horner with 1 out and nobody on. Here's a 2-0 pitch to Jim Hickman. And a liner past the third baseman in the left field. That'll be a base hit for Jim Hickman. He is having a big day today as he stops at first with a single. And that'll bring up the pitcher Abernathy. However, because Abernathy is up, Rick Blatt will be the pinch hitter for the pitcher's spot. Blatt facing Horner with 1 out and a runner on first. Here is a full count pitch to Blatt. And a swing and a miss for strike 3. He chased the changeup. And now Kessinger is the batter with 2 outs. And the runner still on first. Cubs up by 1. Horner with the 1-1 pitch. And here it comes. And Kessinger grounds it to third. The throw goes over to first, and Kessinger is retired to end the inning. So the Cubs stranding a runner. We're going to the top of the 9th. It is a 5-4 ball game. Now, Blatt is going to actually stay in the game because Hickman just really isn't that amazing of a fielder over in right. So Blatt is going to stay in the game in right, and Regan will come in to pitch. And on the off chance that Regan should run into any sort of trouble, we're going to have Hamilton warming up as well. Now, Regan facing Javier, trying to nail down this win for the Cubs in the top of the 9th inning. Here is the first pitch from Regan. He's looking for the sign. And the pitch. And a grounder towards short. Kessinger has it. Throws over to first. That is out number 1. Regan, pitching for the 3rd consecutive day now, is going to face Shannon with 1 out in the top of the 9th inning. Here's a 2-1 pitch, and Regan delivering. And a drive, right center field, going over toward the warning track and making the catch is Blatt for out number 2. So now the pinch hitter is going to be Vada Benson here in the top of the 9th inning. Cardinals down to their final out, 2 outs. Pinson comes up. He is 3 for 19 on the season. Regan working with a 1-2 count. And here's the pitch. And a grounder towards second. Beckert picks it up, throws to first, and the game is over. So the Cubs are victorious 5-4. They have swept the Cardinals 2 games here in Chicago and have now a 3-game winning streak. Cubs getting 5 runs on 10 hits with no errors. Cardinals getting 4 runs on 8 hits with no errors. The Cubs' Phil Regan earns save number 5, working a perfect 9th inning. Ferguson Jenkins actually does not figure into the decision. He threw 6 innings of 6-hit, 4-run baseball with 5 strikeouts. Reynolds threw an inning and a third of relief. Abernathy threw 2/3 of an inning of relief. And Jim Hickman is your player of the game. Hickman managed to go 3 for 3 with a home run and 3 RBIs in this game. And an honorable mention to Ron Santo, who hit the go-ahead home run in the bottom of the 7th inning. So the Cubs improving to 6-11, while the Cardinals dropping to 9-8. Thank you for watching Cubs Baseball.